Hello everyone, welcome to Bonsai Expression. I'm Christoph, and today, well, I'm just in the garden, and it's, as you can see, it's quite late on towards the end of the evening, and I'm just pottering around, and all I was doing is just checking out on trees, doing my little bits, and I was just thinking, why don't I just do a little bit of a video and just talk about things that we're getting done and getting ready prepped for, well, winter time. So I'm just in the middle of going around, just checking on the trees, just doing the little things, getting everything ready, ready to go into the polytunnel. And I just thought I'll have a quick talk about the things that I'm doing or getting ready to be done in the next couple of days as I get my benches and get everything sorted out. And I'll just show you just the little things that I'm in the middle of doing. And yeah, just a quick video. I don't want to take up too much time just showing you these things or talking about them, because I don't want to go into great detail, but I just showed you the little things that I'm in the middle of doing now. So yeah, just a quick video. I was just checking out the beautiful little colours that things are starting to go off on, and just how my trees are starting to look. Visually checking out everything on my trees. So not only that, they're changing from the nice green that they were into the yellows and to browns, and they're giving them a visual check just to ensure that we've got no pests and that the rest of the tree is healthy. As you can see, things are turning, leaves are dropping off, nice golden trees. Now, as I say, not all my trees are like that. Some are in different stages, some are still well and truly green, but I'm going through checking out everything. I'm also going through and checking on all the mosses, all the weeds. I'm just going to pull off whatever little things I can do in the meantime before they go into the polytunnel. I am also giving a visual check to see if what dead branches. Now, as you see with my larch, I've gone through, I've taken off as much wire as I can. In terms of this case, I've gone through, I've took all the wire off. Now I'm looking to see if there is any damage in terms of branches. Have we got any cracks? So on this one, I've got a little crack here, but again, it's nothing in terms of major. It is just the bark, so it's not gone through. The branch itself is holding onto shape as well, and I've got no major scarring. So it's just in terms of where the light's penetrated, and we've got a little bit of shadow in there, but nothing where the branch is bitten into the wires. But everything is held, so I'm quite happy in terms of this tree as well. So I'm going around checking all the other trees. Excuse me, checking all the other trees. I've taken all the wires off those. So if I go back to this one as well, I had wire holding up the main leaders, so that's all come off as well. So that's another thing I have gone round and done. I've also given them another blast of bug spray, because over the last couple of weeks I've had lots of white fly flying around as I've been watering the rest of these trees. So that's another indicator we've been looking for, is pests. Checking out other different pests, not only the white fly but everything else. Now, as you can see over on my hibiscus, it's dropped plenty of leaves, but I've still got a little bit of wire there left to come off on that one. And then if I can get into as well, we've got bits of the putty that needs to be removed if possible. Visually, I'm going on, as I say, checking the trees, make sure any dead branches as well I can see, and I might be able to take them off at this stage before we do nasty prunes. Dead trees, so this one didn't make it this year. I'll be going through and I'll be checking on anything dead that didn't survive, anything that's dropping leaves rapidly. Visual inspections, as I say, make sure they are healthy enough to be moved to one side. We've got no proper dead marks, so this ash is dropping nicely. I'll be going through visually checking there. All the cut marks we've had previously are healing nicely. So again, we're just visually checking through everything, going through checking the soil as well, like I just said, in terms of the soil still healthy enough. It's got no pest burrowing in there, because we don't want anything burrowing and going into the polytunnel, because once you've got pests in there, they stay in there. And by the looks of it, I had if I just move this one out, I've had things burrowing into a couple of the trees, probably birds looking for worms. So I've had that happening on that one, and I've also had it on the larch over there and another tree down there somewhere. So we're looking for pests. They've also done it on this one, as I say. I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but there you go. Digs in. So birds have been looking, and it's probably a squirrel as well, looking for nuts or burying nuts. So I'm going through checking things like that. Anything that's buried I'll be looking at removing. Another thing I'm going through for is checking, make sure not only the leaf colour but any leaf damage and the rest of the tree where we've had cut points has been healed over correctly and has died back correctly as well. So that's another thing that we're going through. Also, while we've been going through all the trees, not only that, you can see down here I've got plenty of weeds and rubbish that's going to be needing to be cleaned. So not only am I checking trees, I'm also going around and checking the areas that I'm going to be needing to clean up as well once the trees have been moved. So just doing my checks. Look at the colours on this. Lovely. So just making sure everything is healthy. Just little checks. Making sure there's no pests as well. As you can see, anything you want to be checking, you're making sure there's nothing on these trees before you move them into your polytunnel. If you've got pests, because it's warmer for longer, they're going to multiply. You're just making sure everything is healthy, ready to go. Any weeds you can remove, you just want to get them out as well. Well, I mean, look at this. This is covered in it. So these are the little odd jobs that I'm just going to go through just before we get set up, ready in the polytunnel. And then once we've got the benches will be fitted either end. So going down that side as well. And we're moving in. And then not only of that, we've got a big fruit tree here. So this is my plum tree. So that's starting to have the leaves turn yellow and they'll drop. And then the apples are going to be starting to be picked as well. So they feel pretty much ready to go as well. So next week, I think, maybe even the week after, these apples are going to be ready to be picked and eaten. And you can see I've got an absolute ruckload of those. So again, might not be a bonsai job, but it's definitely a job for the garden as well. And my fig tree is starting to change leaf colour as well, so that's ready to go. So that'll be going into the polytunnel. It's all about just going through, making sure your trees are healthy at this time of year. No pests, no bugs. Trees are healthy. They're doing what they should do. The leaves are changing colour. The energy is being processed back into the tree. There's no animals, no pests, no birds attacking it. So everything is ready to go. And you, the viewer, and you, the bonsai enthusiast or hobbyist, are set yourself ready to engage and move everything into your greenhouse / polytunnels or shelter or cold frame ready for winter. So it's all about getting yourself prepared. And so far I am ready to go, bar a couple of benches. In terms of trimming, once all the leaves go, in another couple of weeks, everything's hardened off, we'll start working on some of these trees as well. But everything overall is in a good way, good shape. Some of them are further along than others, such as these, nice and crispy. And these are the little jobs I'm just going through. I'm just looking at, making sure everything's healthy today. Fruit tree. So this is another apple, peach tree. And I think I might even use this as a little Christmas tree this year, outside the front of the house. Hoot's still on guard, but everything is looking healthy. I'm quite confident in everything going into the polytunnel this year. And if we have a quick wander, I'll do a quick check on everything inside as well for you. We are indoors now, and as you can see, trees are doing quite well so far. I've still got 2 big ficus that need a trim. Tree of 1,000 stars, the Sarissa, is healthy enough. Some trees down there. All the ones that have been pruned are down in this lower section, they're doing okay. All the lights doing their job. Some more trees over on this side. The pomegranate, which has been pruned back. Lemon, another lemon. A Chinese plum, that's grown back quite well. So everything, as I say, just nicely growing back. Everything's just on the growth. Oh, let's get rid of that. So just, as I say, just my little visual inspections, making sure everything's healthy enough. So this video isn't really too much of an in-depth video on bonsai this week. It is more of a, it's more for me, if anything. It's more just for me to show you what is in my head and what sort of things I need to be doing and what I'm looking for. Sort of a little back of bonsai and what sort of things you should be doing on like a daily basis, or getting the plan ahead for what you need to be doing. So for me, what I should be doing is, or what you should be doing as well in the next couple of days, is checking out pests. So if you've got anything that's going to potentially gnaw at your trees over the winter, that could potentially cause harm, and they don't wake up again for next year, especially if they could breed inside the polytunnels and multiply. Anything that could potentially burrow and then wake up again in the spring. So for me, daddy longlegs as well, I had an issue with them last year. They burrowed in, and then when it comes spring, I had loads and loads and loads of daddy longlegs in the polytunnels last year. So I tried keeping an eye out for that. I've squashed as many as I can, especially in the plant room. I had quite a few coming with plants this year, so I've got as many as I can. Another thing obviously I've been checking is making sure that the trees are just basic healthy. So the leaves are turning colour correctly. There's no bites or anything like that. So no caterpillars or anything. I know they probably died out at this time of year, but no larvae or anything like that. No spiders, no spider eggs or anything like that in pouches. So I don't want anything hanging on or underneath the leaves. So I'll have a quick scan of that, make sure everything's good. Anything like that, I'll cut the leaves off, put them in the bin, make sure they don't go in the polytunnel with the trees. And the light keeps coming on and off, as you can see. It's night time now. Soil wise, I do have, which I'm pretty sure, since we've laid it down, I'm pretty sure we've got like a little mouse running around the garden as well. It's dug in between my garden and next door's garden, so I want to keep that away from the plants as well, obviously. So I'm doing my best to eradicate that situation. So a little field mouse is coming and going, and then obviously I've got them birds pecking away, going in looking for worms. So just fill more soil up on the ones that it has disturbed. Just make sure everything soil line's correct, make sure we've got plenty of roots, there's no roots showing, and it's not damaging the trees. So these little things that you need to do before your trees go in overwintering, whether it's a cold frame or a greenhouse, as I say, these are the sort of things that you just need to check. Just make sure your trees are healthy before they go into winter, because what you want to do is you want to make sure they wake up. You don't want them to die off. I've already got 1 or 2 trees, 3 or 4 actually, that didn't make it through the winter. They didn't make it through from last year, from the repotting, because of the heat and the lack of shade. So little things that I've learned from this year for next year. So this winter I don't want to be learning even more things for next year. I want to try and eradicate things before I get there. So these things can help me. So I'm taking mental notes by doing visual checks off camera, even though I'm doing it on camera, just to help me out. So yeah, so little checks, having a wander around, make sure I can clean up as well after myself. I've got weeds growing underneath there, so I can pull them out and clean them out. So little things I can do. So these things that are helping me could potentially help you. So visual checks, leaf checks, underneath your leaves for pests, mites, rodents, stuff like that. Anything you can check always helps. And then obviously you've got to have a plan and attack. In terms of me, I've got to get some, light's really bugging me, I've got to get some no benches in there, get them in, then I can have benches on top, I can have benches, and I can have trees on top, trees on the bottom. Got a walkway going in, so everything should be okay in terms of protecting my trees for over winter. And then obviously as well, next week I can get my apples. I can enjoy some nice apples because I've got fruit trees. So it's all about thinking ahead, planning ahead for me, what's going to happen. Yeah. On top of that, it's about pruning as well. So stages for pruning. But I hope you understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Yeah. So it's not really a proper video. It's just me waffling. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this one. Bit different. Me just waffling away. So if you like it, please do give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, leave a comment down below. Hit the hype button. Subscribe. Do all that. Leave me a comment, but light's annoying me. Leave me a comment. Tell me, leave the light on. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Bye.